Back on the Bojangles postgame report, Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head coach Ken Sparks says the Eagles pick up a 43-27 victory over the Mars Hill Lions. Ken, a solid win, a good job rebounding from the loss to Catawba. What was the key to victory today for your Eagles?
Well, I thought our guys made a lot of decisions today that weren't real easy to make because, man, it was hot out there, and it was probably the temperature at player level was probably close to 90 and maybe more. And we have got so many people hurt. We played the whole ball game with 6 defensive linemen, and it's amazing. And I mean, we tried the offensive linemen in there. We tried a couple other people, but we're so beat up. We really are an injured football team. But to see how those 6 guys, the team gave them an appreciation memento there a while ago because they appreciate so much their effort. And we didn't get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. We didn't defend the pass very well. There's no telling how many yards we gave up, probably close to 500. But the offense would go down and score when they needed to. We needed the second half. Started the second half. We needed to keep the defense off the field a little bit more, and we didn't. But it was a great win. We're grateful for the win.
You look at what you do to one of the best tailbacks in the nation. Shaq Davis comes in averaging 150 a game, and you hold him to 35. Yes, you get passed on, but what did you do to slow down their rushing attack?
That 35 the first half maybe was he gained more than that, I believe.
His net says 35. The stats might be off a bit, but his final has him gaining 70. But a loss of 35 in there, that might be a mistake at some point.
But that's tremendous if that's what we did. I'm surprised if that's what we did. How many yards they throw for? 190,000? How many did they throw for?
340.
340. But it was a good win, and I'm so proud of our guys. And after last week of having a pretty major letdown, today was going to be important for us to respond back in a way that we can build on, and I think this was a builder. And I think we got some guys that are a lot more pleased with themselves today than they have been for a while, and so that's great.
How big were Marcellus Pope and Randall Freeman running the football on your final drive?
Well, big. I mean, we have got. We're beat up at running back. We're beat up at wide receiver. We're beat up at. We're just beat up, and a lot of people aren't playing. A lot of people are standing around watching, and so it was huge. And those are 2 quality kids. They're going to get it done, and Marcellus is going to get better as he goes. He's had an ACL last year. Was not being able to practice any, and so his career right now has been. He's got a 7-week career going right now, and so he's going to get better, and we're glad to have him on our side.
You look at the first half; it's a back and forth affair. First time this season that you don't go down and score on your opening drive, but then 16 unanswered in the second quarter. What was the turning point where you were able to turn it on, get that funky little fumble punt, and then scored for a touchdown, and then a couple 3-and-outs there? What was the key defensively?
Well, I think they played with a lot of confidence. They felt like, and then in the secondary we lost a little confidence as we went. And of course, that's what happens when you can't get a pass rush. When they got forever to throw it. But we made a lot of mistakes today again on both sides of the ball. We're running option offense without reading the option all the time like we need to, and we've got to get better at that place and of doing that. And but we got a couple of kids that really want to do that, and we'll get better.
Ken, how proud are you of the intestinal fortitude, the internal fortitude to stay the course after last week's loss?
Well, that's what I just bragged on them about. I told them that this is. Today was a whole lot about finding out what kind of heart we had and what kind of fight we have. And, in this world we need some men that are fighters. And I don't mean, starting brawls or anything like that, or trying to run their mouth and make something, or a cheap shotter. But I'm talking about a guy that's got enough heart, enough character to fight. You know, the Lord, before He sent Joshua, and you know, in Scripture, in the New Testament too, where it talks about the Lord sending somebody on a tremendous mission. And guess what He'd asked them to do? He asked them to be strong and courageous. And that's a fighter. To me, that's been a fighter. And so we talked about that. Man, today you had to fight, and you fought some. And you fought pretty good at times. But I'm talking about life. You know, I'm talking about something bigger than just a ball game. I'm talking about life. And so I hope that we're teaching them how to fight, and I hope that they're learning how to fight. And I hope that we continue to fight. If we do, we'll win a few more ball games, but we probably win life. Life's a lot of fun to win, and I hope that we do that.
Ken, congratulations on the victory and career win 312. I know you're paying attention to the count.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad we're not counting last week. Thank you.
Congratulations, Ken, and thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Carson-Newman head football coach Ken Sparks. We're back with more of the Bojangles postgame report after this on the Eagle Sports Network.